country waits on a final judgment from the U.S. Supreme Court, abortion providers in California wonder how they will actually handle the influx of possible out-of-state patients. What would the overturning of Roe v. Wade actually mean in the state of California?
Dan Thorn actually has more on that.
As the wait continues for the Supreme Court's official ruling on Roe v. Wade, so do protests, both for and against protected access to abortion. California is one of the easiest states when it comes to access. So what role will the state play if the law is taken away?
We know that women will have to travel to get abortion, and we want every woman to know that here in California, we're going to continue to provide safe access to comprehensive reproductive health care, including abortion, and that's the work that we have ahead of us. Assemblymember
Rebecca Bauer-Cahan was one of the speakers at a town hall at Manny's in the Mission District. Bauer-Cahan is also the chair of the Select Committee on Women's Reproductive Health. The leaked opinion from the Supreme Court is not a final decision, but for Jessica Pinckney, Executive Director of Access Reproductive Justice, now is the time to be prepared.
We need funds to be able to support those people. We need to make sure that there are enough providers across the state that can provide culturally competent care. We need to make sure that we're protecting folks from criminalization.
Dr. Daniel Grossman is an abortion provider in San Francisco. He's fearful that despite California's access to abortions, it will be challenging for many people in other states to get here if they need help.
I mean, the reality is that we're far from these states that are going to ban abortion, and unless we can really mobilize people to provide financial and logistical support to these people who need the care in these states, I'm worried they're not going to show up.
If Roe v. Wade is overturned, about half of the country's states are expected to ban or severely restrict abortions. Governor Gavin Newsom and other state legislators have already said that they will pursue a state constitutional amendment to enshrine the right to choose. Reporting in San Francisco, Dan Thorn, KRON 4 News.